The narcissist comes back when you do this. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. There's something that when you do it makes them come back. And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of you want them to come back. Even after everything you've been through with them, just can't help it with the trauma bond. It's like a drug, you feel addicted to them. So you want to get them back. And maybe at the moment, you're not really hearing from them much. Maybe they're off somewhere else with their new supply, as they usually do. And yeah, you're just wanting their attention. You're wanting them to notice you again. And while I do not advise or encourage that, I know that some of you are going to try and get them back regardless. So, you know, I could go on and on. I could write a book of all the reasons why you shouldn't want them back. You shouldn't try to get them back. But I know many of you are at that stage where all you want is for them to come back, whether it's for closure, their validation, or maybe you just desire to relive it again. And I don't mean the abuse. Of course, there were some good times. I mean, that's why we stay for so long. But whatever your reason is, I'm here to give you the truth. I'm here to give you the information. So here it is, you want to get them back. Just forget about them. Go no contact, cut them off. Focus on yourself, focus on your life. Take your attention away from them. And make other things more important in your life than they are. Stop seeing them as someone who is so significant. Because when you do that, they will sense it. They will sense that your energy is slipping away. And some of you will already know what I mean when I say that, because it's like that moment when you decide to go no contact, when you decide to move on with your life. Suddenly, here's the narcissist. They're blowing up your phone, texting you, sending you a message on social media, or they just show up at your house or at your work. The moment that you decide to move on, the moment that you just want nothing to do with them anymore, you just want to forget about them, then they're there and you can't get rid of them. When you were trying to get their attention the entire time, at the moment you just take your focus off of them, then they're there. It's crazy, but it's just how it works. And it's because it's like they have this sixth sense. When they know that they've got your attention and focus on them and you're thinking about them, they could just leave you alone. They can put you on the shelf, because it's like at some level your energy is still being transferred to them. But then as soon as you cut that energetic cord and you're no longer focusing on them, they immediately sense it and they want to get that back. So that is why they then hoover you. And you can use this to your advantage if you want to get them back, because all you have to do is take your attention and focus off of them and put it back on yourself and your life. Remember the things that you used to like, the things that you were interested in, the things that you were passionate about. And I don't know what those things are to you. I mean, we all like different things. We're all interested in different things. So some of you may have enjoyed painting. Others may have enjoyed playing the guitar, hiking. Whatever it is, get back to doing that again. Do the things that you love, the things that you're passionate about. Because when you do that, you are taking your time, energy, focus, and attention away from the narcissist and putting it back on yourself and the things that you enjoy. And when you do that, they will sense it. And yeah, these are good things that you should be doing anyway. These are things that are going to help people. So you should be doing these things regardless. Even if you don't want them to come back, you should still be putting your attention and focus on yourself and your life and things that you like, things that you are passionate about. You should be doing that anyway, no matter what you're trying to do. If you're trying to heal and move on, you should be doing that as well. So yeah, that's really it. That's all you've got to do. It really is that simple. And this really works with everyone. It's not just narcissists. I guess we want things that we can't have. Or at least we want things that we think we can't have. And then with a lot of people, the moment that they realize that that thing that was once out of reach, it comes within their view, and they feel like they can just reach out and grab it, then at that very moment they don't even want it anymore, because they look at it like, if it's so great, then how can I just reach out and grab it? So yeah, you can use that with the narcissist, because they think the exact same way. They really do. They want things that they believe they can't have, and you just always have to stay out of their reach. Never let them feel like they have you, because the moment they feel like they've got you, then that is it. And that is why many of you may have felt like everything was fine. Everything was okay. Until one day you really committed yourself to them. You said, okay, this is a relationship. You're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. Or maybe you married them, or you had children with them. And then it's like, as soon as that happened, everything changed. They no longer desired you, they no longer cared about you. It's like you no longer mattered to them. And the reason for that is because by that point you were no longer out of reach. They felt like they've got you, you're not going anywhere. So they just began to take you for granted. So yeah, if you want them to come back, you just have to stay out of reach. Keep them at arm's length, never let them feel like they have you, and they will keep coming back. That's how you get a narcissist addicted to you. So yeah, use this information wisely, and remember that I do not advise or encourage anyone to try to get them back. That's really your choice. I believe that we are all grown adults here. We can all make our own decisions. So yeah, just use the information wisely. That's all I've got to say for this topic. But before I go, let's do a quick Q&A, question and answer. If you have any questions for me, for Narc Survivor, let me know in the chat down below right now, and I will read it out and give you a response. So yeah, let me know down below now in the chat, what is your question? I will give you an answer. While we're waiting for the questions to come in, let's take a look at the view over here. Really nice view, it's quite far away, but you can really see everything. And there's this Lotus Tower there. I went up there about a week ago. Really great views from there. Okay, questions coming in. Drazik, not sure how you pronounce that. But the question is that... Oh wait, no, that's not a question. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, yeah, there it is. There's another comment there. Drazik says, can a narc experience genuine guilt? That is a very interesting question. And there is a very deep answer to that. That's really another video on its own. But I did say that I would answer any question. So I'll give you my answer to that. Can a narc experience genuine guilt? My answer is yes. Many of them can experience genuine guilt. I mean, those who are higher on the spectrum, malignant narcissists, psychopaths, many of those most likely cannot experience genuine guilt. They are too far gone. But the lower spectrum narcissists, yes, of course, they can experience genuine guilt. But the difference between them and us is that they're not going to experience that for a long period of time. And they're not going to reflect on it. They're not going to examine those kinds of emotions. Instead, they're going to project that guilt onto you. They're going to deflect it. But yeah, just to answer your question, many narcs can experience genuine guilt. CJ Free, how can you tell if they are stalking you on social media? If you're still in contact with them, it's going to be pretty obvious if they're still stalking you, because they will accidentally or intentionally bring things up that they've seen on your social media. If you're not in contact with them, then You may find them liking your posts, commenting, or you may find that they block and unblock you a lot because they want to see what is going on in your social media. So those are a few ways that you can tell if they are stalking you on there. Geneva asks, is it that I am just fortunate that I haven't heard from Narc in 14 months? I don't think that's uncommon for people to not hear from the Narc in 14 months. I mean, that just means that you are the secondary source of supply or tertiary source, or maybe you were the primary source, but you've now been demoted to a lower position and someone else has been upgraded to the primary source. So yeah, it's not uncommon, and you shouldn't really be surprised that you've not heard from them in that long. Because remember, they can just discard you and move on so easily. Once they've found a suitable source of supply, it will be like you never existed, you never meant anything to them. But don't take it personally, because it has nothing to do with you. They never even took the time to get to know you. So they barely even know who you are. You just supply an object, and that's about it. John Farkas says, hello, I have to get a divorce. She is a liar and exaggerates everything. How is it they always believe the liars? That is a very interesting question. And another one that I could do an entire video on that. I could probably write a book on that. Why do people always believe the liars? And why is it that so many people end up relationships with liars, cheaters, manipulators? Why is that? And the reason why is because people who are fake liars, manipulators, they just seem to go above and beyond. They go out of their way to prove that they are the opposite of what they are. They're willing to do things that genuine, honest, loving, caring people are not going to do. And it's as simple as that. That's how they beat out the crowd. That's how they stand out. That's how they end up being chosen. And you cannot compete with these types of people. It's as simple as that. You cannot win because they have years of practice. And if you're watching my video, you're just not capable of doing what they do. So, of course, they are going to run circles around you. And there's not much you can do about that. All you can do is be yourself, let your actions show your character, stick to the truth, and those who believe you will believe you, and those who don't, you just have to let them go. That may not be what you want to hear, but that's really the only way. That's helpful to you anyway. But yes, I agree that a lot of times people believe the liars. Caroline 2000. Please, what's better, block or ignore? A lot of difficult questions tonight, but I do enjoy it. I like the challenge, and I would say that unless you really have to, you shouldn't block them. And I have actually done a video on that as well. It's 3 reasons why you should never block the narcissist. I say never, but of course there are situations where you might need to block them. They're really harassing you, if they're getting on your nerves, if they're giving you anxiety and you can't sleep at night. And in those cases, just block them, get rid of them. But otherwise, blocking them, it may give them supply. They're going to see it as a reaction, as though they are the cause of it. So they're the reason why you are blocking them, which they probably are. And they may also react to that by advancing with their supply, or even trying to get revenge on you, stalking you. So that's why it is better just to ignore them, just fade out. Don't make a big scene out of it. That's always the best thing to do when you're dealing with narcissists. Don't make it so obvious. Just fade away. Just looking through the comments here. Yeah, I mean, you know, people do tend to believe liars and manipulators. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's always been. And that's probably not going to change anytime soon. I mean, as we know, in the family dynamic, the scapegoat child is always alone, isolated from everyone. Not just in the family, but they don't tend to have many friends or relationship partners. They may even be a target of their community. And the scapegoat child is often a truth teller, and yet no one believes them. It's interesting. It's just how it is. Because these types of people, people like us, we might not want to admit it, but a lot of us, we are very innocent and naive. We've been sheltered. We haven't been allowed to experience real life as it actually is. And when we actually do, when we have to deal with these situations, it shocks us, it overwhelms us. We don't know how to deal with it because we're not used to it. And maybe we don't have the knowledge, the experience. And it makes a lot of sense. That's why we all end up on YouTube watching these videos. I don't think there's too many narcissists who end up in these videos because they've already had so much practice, so much experience in that arena. So they already know exactly what they need to do. They know how to trick and lie to get their way, to get out of things. But we are so confused. We have to go on here and watch these videos to try and figure out what the hell is going on. And yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, that's why there's so many victims of this. Because these narcissists, they beat out the good, genuine, authentic people. They do. They know how to stand out from the crowd. They're willing to do things that most people would not do in the beginning. And that's how they get us. That's how they get us. By the time we realize it, it's too late. It's like our lives have passed us by, and then we can't do much about it. But then that's why we have to spread this awareness. So then maybe other people won't have to go through it, at least not in the way that we did. But a lot of people, there's really nothing that you can tell them. Like if you try to warn the new supply, you try and tell them they're being tricked, they're being manipulated, they're being lied to, they're gonna think you're the crazy one. Because they're looking at the narcissist like they're this amazing person. This person who really loves them and cares about them. Just as you used to see them when you first met them. I'm sure there was nothing no one could tell you then. So it's like everyone has to go for this process on their own. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe you might feel like, why can't I just be the narcissist? Why can't I be the one who manipulates this kind, innocent person? And then I can be in a relationship with someone who's nice. And then I can change once I've found them, once I've got them. And then we could be together. But it doesn't work that way. You can't just suddenly become narcissistic and trick someone into being with you. It does not work that way. The narcissists are going to beat you every time. That's just how it is. I mean, you can try, but people are going to see the incongruence. They're going to realize that something is not right. You're not in harmony with yourself. You're not really that type of person. People just have to do the work and heal on their own. You can't fix anyone. You can't save anyone. You can try, but you're never going to succeed. The only thing you can do is fix yourself, save yourself. I think many of us, we were waiting for someone to come and save us, someone to come and show us the way. But I think at some point we realize we are the person that we were waiting for all along. And if you haven't realized that yet, you need to become that person. Whoever you were waiting for to come and save you, you need to be that person. Be that person for yourself. Because you know that is actually quite toxic as well. To put such responsibility on someone to come along and rescue you. That's not fair. And most often that person ends up being a narcissist anyway. So, yeah. depend on yourself. That is my advice. Don't be afraid to go through certain things. That's how you learn, that's how you gain experience. Might not be nice at the time, but once you go through it, you'll be okay. You'll get out of it, things will get better. You'll look back and laugh about it. It will be an interesting story to tell people. I'm just sitting here on the roof late at night. It's really peaceful. Feel good, feel happy. And I'm not saying that everything is perfect in my life. Yeah, there's definitely worries that I have, things I'm unsure about. But I'm okay. I'm okay with that. You just have to be at peace with it. Don't push it away, don't resist it, just let it be there. All right, 101 live viewers. Please give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful for you. Helps to support our community. Let's get more views on these videos. Share the video as well. You can share it anywhere on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got. Share this video with your family and friends. Let's get this message out there. Hit that subscribe button down below. And if you would like to speak to me one-on-one, you can book a coaching session with me through my website. It's narcsurvivor.co.uk. And you can message me anytime as well. If you need someone to talk to, just head to my Instagram. It's Narc Survivor YouTube. And also I have new pictures and videos on there today as well. So you're never alone. You've always got this community. We've got thousands of people on here. You can leave a comment underneath the video anytime. People will read it. I read the comments every morning. And you can session with me from my website, narcsurvivor.co.uk. You can message me on Instagram, Narc Survivor YouTube. And if I'm not available at the time, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And until then, you can check out my pictures and videos. Got new ones every day on there, on my Instagram, Narc Survivor YouTube. So yeah, you're never alone. You've always got that support. And that's what I intended when I first started this channel 4.5 years ago, was to give people something that I never had when I needed it. That support network. So you got it. Make use of it. Use it to your advantage. And yeah, until next time, you will have a great day.